Right. So if you're wholesaling virtually, you're not going to meet with a seller. I mean, that's the nature of virtual wholesaling. So what you can do, one of the other ways you can do that is you can find a realtor in that market and you can pay them a fee to go meet with the seller. And if it's something you can buy, great. If not, they get a listing out of it. So that's a good way to work it. You can also have other wholesalers in the area that you just, work a flat fee out. It doesn't necessarily have to be a 50% fee. If you're going to sell it to your buyer, then, I'm sure there's a lot of wholesalers that go look at something for $500, $1,000, whatever, that way. And, one of the third things would be a investor buyer. So if you're virtual wholesaling, again, the first thing you need to do is identify the buyers in the market. If it's flippers or buy and hold guys, they're going to be your eyes on the ground, boots on the ground. They're going to meet with the seller for you. So if you've got a great deal tied up with the seller, you get that contract tied up and you have your investor buyer go meet with them. So the key is you want to tie it up before somebody goes to meet with them. So if you're virtual wholesaling, the key is to get it tied up on the phone, right? And the way you do that is you say, hey, I'll pay you $100,000 for that house. As long as everything says what you say it says and what the pictures are showing, you get that seller to send you pictures. And if they won't do it, then you have your investor buyer go out and look at the house, or you have your realtor go out and look at the house, send you pictures. But try to get it tied up on the phone. That's what virtual wholesaling is all about. Before you go see it and get that thing under contract, use your investors to be your boots on the ground in the market. I like the owner finance model versus rent because the renters will tear those things up and destroy them, and they can be high maintenance. In a mobile home park environment, the first and foremost is you want to rent the dirt. If you don't really want to own the park, own the homes in the park if you can get away with it. But if you have to buy one that's got some park owned homes, then I would say just owner finance those out to people. Their personal property, their title, like a car, so they're easy to repossess if somebody doesn't make their payments. And then they have to take care of it. So if they tear it up, they're responsible for it. And there's a whole business model around flipping mobile homes where you go buy a used mobile home for $500 to $1,000 to $5,000. Then you owner finance it back out to somebody and you get $500 to $1,000 to $5,000 down to cover the purchase that you made, as well as maybe a little extra. Let's say you bought it for $1,000, you owner finance it for $10,000, you get $5,000 down, you give them a note for $5,000. So there's a whole business model around buying and selling owner finance used mobile homes, just like there are houses. So that would be my recommendation. I like the owner finance model.